Hello students. So in the previous session we have discussed about the classification of IDS. Okay, so hope you are clear with those. If you have any doubts, please let me know so that I can clear that. Okay, so then the next part of this syllabus or in this particular module is DOS and DDoS attack. So you must have heard about DOS and DDoS attack somewhere. Okay. So the long form of DOS attack is a denial of service attack. Okay. And it's a as the name indicates, denial of service means something like disruption or some stopping up of the services. Okay, so it may be temporarily or it may be permanently or indefinitely. Okay, so the denial of service attack is a cyber attack in which the attacker seeks to make a machine or network resource unavailable to its intended users by temporarily or indefinitely disrupting services of a host connected to the internet. So denial of service means where the attacker makes the machine or the whole network resources unavailable to the users who are using it, okay, maybe temporarily or indefinitely, disrupting services of a host that is connected to the internet. So here, one-to-one connection there. So one system, one user or one attacker, not one attacker, one-to-one connection means one host machine and the one, or I can say the one attacker system and one is a victim. So one victim, one attacker. So it is one-to-one. That is DOS attack. Whereas DDoS attack is distributed denial of service. So as the name indicates, distributed means there are multiple systems are involved in it. Though the attacker may be one, but he will be using multiple systems, okay, to have a control over the resources of the victims, victim's website or anything it may be. Okay, so here multiple systems are going to involve in the attack. That is what we just call it as a distributed denial of service. So DDoS is again a cyber attack, okay, and it's a malicious attempt to disrupt normal traffic of a targeted server. That is what the resources, okay, service or network by overwhelming the target or its surrounding infrastructure with flood of internet traffic. So here DDoS attack achieves effectiveness by utilizing multiple compromised computer systems as sources of attack traffic. That is, it is not going to like there is no one-to-one connection here. Okay, one-to-one means no single attacker and no single victim here. Like victim may be the single one, but like the single attacker is going to use multiple systems so as to get the control over the that particular victim's website or victim server, where he can just go for attempting the disruption of the normal traffic of the targeted service. Okay, so this is about DDoS. To understand it better, I have drawn a diagram here. Okay, just to understand what exactly mean by DDoS attack is. As you can see in the diagram, you can just see attacker is here. Okay, for example, just assume that one attacker wants to disrupt the services of YouTube channel. Okay, YouTube website. Just assume that victim is here is YouTube. So here, like as like lakhs or crores together users will be accessing YouTube, and here what attacker does is attacker is going to use these some systems, some maybe thousands or lakhs together systems. Here I have drawn only six. Okay, so these may be any number of systems. So this attacker first have the control over these zombie pieces, what we call it as a zombie pieces actually. So these users, actually these are the common users, and users never get to know like they are under some control, like they are controlled by someone, some attacker. Okay, they don't even know or have the knowledge about it. So what this attacker does is, attacker is going to have control over these thousands or lakhs together system, and he starts sending some I like indefinite or like some number. Suppose just assume that there is a restriction for the for this particular victim's website that at a time it can handle 65,000 requests. Okay, so what the attacker does is he just continuously sends a request, like bundle of requests from these using these zombie pieces. Okay, where the users are not aware of it. Okay, because as he has the control over all these IP addresses, so he will be sending continuous requests to the victim's website. So whereas the victim's website is designed in such a way that it can handle 65,000 requests at a time. So now the requests are more now, so this particular server will be busy in interpreting those requests. Okay, like more than 65,000 requests. So as a result of that, the victim's website, whatever the users of this particular website or the YouTube channel, they are not going to get the services from this particular website, as this website is busy in interpreting these extra requests. Getting what I'm saying? So this is the problem. So that this attacker is making this victim's website not to give the service, or it is completely disrupted now. So it's not able to process properly. That is, it's not going to give the services to its users. Hence, it is like it just gives the message to the users that the site is unable to process. So these users, intended users, are not going to get the service from this particular website. So that is the intention. Like, you may have a question like, what is the use for attacker, so he can why he is disrupting the services of this particular website here. So for example, in real world application, just assume that one is for example, if there are two e-commerce websites are there, and they are the competitors of each other, and among them one will be, one just want to uh, reduce the number of users of that e-commerce website. So he may do that. Okay, so he will be doing that using the with the help of attacker. So that is one example why DDoS attack happens. Okay, so this is about, and here he is the primary victim. Okay, and whereas these, whatever the systems that are being used and controlled by the attacker, are the secondary victims. So this is about distributed DOS, denial of service. Next is, we just check out, like there are many types of DDoS attack prevention and detection methods are there. So for your module, or for your scope, we have preventive measures at the host. Okay, for the prevention, especially I'm talking about the DDoS prevention. So preventive measures at the host, and the second one, preventive measures inside the network. So how best we can prevent a server or the website so as to not to have DDoS attack. So that measures we are going to discuss in this particular session. So especially you can just see preventive measures at the host. Okay, the first one, how best we can control the DDoS attack at the host, and how best we can control the DDoS attack at the inside the network. So these are the two topics I'm going to discuss. Better I will explain this in the next session. Thank you.